hip pain, it is a problem, and it's probably a bigger problem for people as you age over 50 years old.
And a common variable between those people is oftentimes they have two specific hip muscles that become tight.
That's right. To unlock or relax or release these muscles is something that you can do, and we're going to show you exactly how to do it.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
I'm Brad.
I'm Mike, and behind the scenes we have Bob, and together we are the most famous physical therapy team on the internet.
We cannot forget Sam, of course. He's going to be very helpful today, aren't you?
And if you're new to our channel, like this video, please subscribe.
That's right. Even if you don't like it, subscribe. Let's get on with this. Let's use Sam. The two muscles we're going to talk about how to release them because they do get tight commonly is, first of all, we're going to talk about the anterior muscle, or the muscle in front, which is the hip flexor, which makes the hip go up like this and flex. Oh, Sam, you got a really tight hip. But here's the muscle right here. This is very gross. It's not a very detailed, but it runs from the anterior part of the hip by the greater trochanter. It's a deep muscle underneath the belly, actually, on the back side. And it does, part of it connects up to the low back, and the other part goes to the anterior side of the ilium. The other muscle that's a problem, and this is, you've probably heard this before. Can you shake hands there? The muscle from the sacrum over to the hip, and that's the piriformis muscle. They can also cause sciatica when it gets tight, as well as hip pain. So we're going to cover that one and the other muscle in front. Easy to do. Not so hard, you just need to know how. Okay, here we are, the piriformis stretch, that muscle I talked about getting tight, hip pain, and sometimes sciatica.
Look, my piriformis is showing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There you go. Yeah, this is just shows you roughly where it is. Of course, it's deep muscle underneath the glute max. So there's deep there. We're going to show the stretch. The first and easiest one I call the single knee to opposite shoulder stretch. Can you talk through it, Mike?
So you're going to bring your knee up towards your chest as far as you comfortably can, and then you're going to bring this, I'm on my left leg to my right shoulder, so cross body like this, and you're going to feel a stretch in that piriformis area. If you want more aggressiveness, just pull down harder, and you're going to hold this for roughly 30 seconds. If you can tolerate it, you can do it 2 sets of 30 seconds. Now, if you're not feeling much or you want to get in there a little more aggressively, you can try to loosen it up using some sort of massage. You can just dig in with your fingers if you want, or you can use a massage gun if you happen to have one. And then what you're going to do is, if I'm on the piriformis area, you'll find that spot when you hit it, and you may need to stretch more or less to get that spot, and then just kind of hold it there. If you're really tender, you're going to want some sort of soft massage head, like a round head or air head. If you want to really pinpoint it, you can use a bullet head, but they are far more aggressive, and you just want to look out for any bony prominences with this guy.
Yeah, now if you're a larger person, got a real large amount of muscle mass there, you may want to, you might use a larger gun if you have one available. But again, you'll feel it. If you hit that tight spot, it's going to be painful. Work around it and then get to the tight spot as it loosens up.
Now, if you happen to have one of those like vibrating massage balls that you sit on, you certainly can do this in a seated position if you feel comfortable with that. Now, the next stretch we kind of want to look at is the figure 4 stretch. So some people, if they're really tight, what you're going to do is just take your leg you want to stretch out, and you may just put it over your knee, and you may be tight. You may be way up here, and you can't actually push it down. If you can easily get to this phase, work above your knee. This seems easy. Then you're going to bend your knee, and I'm getting much more of a stretch in there. And then if, again, this feels easy, you can progress to really bringing it up and pushing down the opposite direction while doing this. You can hold this for 30 seconds. Personally, I do this on the floor with my foot up on the wall, and then I just push here so I don't have to think about pulling up as much. But
there you go.
Just a variation for these stretches. So that's how you address the piriformis muscle.
Yeah. One thing I could have mentioned earlier, but actually do the same stretch on the opposite hip. And if that is tight, you're going to feel the other one's much looser. It just confirms that you're getting the right muscle stretched because it will be tight versus the other one.
Now we need to look at the hip flexor.
There you go. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
All right, the next step is the anterior or the hip flexor muscle. Now, we did put a pink piece of tape here. It represents the muscle, but the muscle is by no means just superficial. It's deep in, like I mentioned before.
And there's 3 different hip flexor muscles, so.
Yeah. But one thing this will demonstrate is when he's doing it, as you see this stretch, the same type of motion is going on deep in that hip flexor muscle. So go ahead, Mike.
So like Brad mentioned earlier, hip flexors flex the hip. To stretch them, we have to go into extension. So one way you can do it that most people can easily do without causing any knee pain or problems is to lie down on a firm surface. If your bed is firm enough and tall enough, you can try it there. Otherwise, table or countertop work. If you're comfortable doing this in a kneeling position, you can certainly try it. But you're going to start with both knees to your chest. I'm going to drop down this side off the edge of the mat here, and then I'm going to bend my knee. I'm keeping a nice straight line with my leg. I'm not letting it veer out to the side. Then you're going to bring your opposite knee up towards your chest, and you're just going to let gravity stretch and hold for 30 seconds. You can do it 2 to 3 times. As Brad is bending my knee more, I'm getting my rectus femoris muscle in there, so it's a little bit more of a stretch. And again, try to breathe and relax. If you are very tight, you may be way up here. The goal is to try to get to like roughly a neutral flat position like this or beyond it. That would be optimal. You want to, again, check both sides because you will probably notice one side feels a lot tighter than the other. So maybe spend a little more time stretching on that side.
Right. And again, this actually helps the syndrome is called anterior hip syndrome, where the ball of the hip is pulled forward because that hip flexor gets so tight. So this is going to loosen that up. This is from Rick Olderman, who's just worked with this for years now with great success.
Anterior femoral glide syndrome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yep, exactly.
I've talked to Rick a lot. Anyway.
And, you know, the part, lay down one more time. This is so critical. I want to take a minute.
I'm going to use this in a second, so that's why I'm bringing it out. Anyway, what are we doing?
This part right here. So this stretches the hip muscles here, but there's that muscle here that this gets, and that's the part that often people neglect is that rectus femoris muscle. So make sure you do feel that. You do need to be up on a table or a bed that's tall enough. You could put a pillow underneath your butt if your bed is too soft, something of that nature.
I've had some people that are very tight and don't feel safe doing that are older, go this way and just start with this to begin with. It's obviously harder to bend your knee, but some people will just scoot off to the long side of their bed instead. But
yeah,
if you're very tight, this is probably fine because most of them are up here. So
sure.
That's a way to begin. But
all right, now we can do the other mold with
yes.
strap.
Now, if you're having some hip pain more and it feels kind of deep, what you can do is use a belt or a loop band, whatever you have available, and you're going to need to connect it to something very firm. Here we normally use the stair railing there. If you have a very heavy loaded shelving unit in your garage, you could use that as well. Whatever you got.
Steel post in the basement that holds the house up.
Yes, anything like that.
Actually, that would work pretty good if you have a nice one of those posts in the house. You can just use, like this is a strap that we use for a gate belt. Mike's using this stretch out band. If you use this, it's got to be a heavier one.
Yes, I usually use a pretty thick one. If I'm doing this, you're going to have to stand on there, Brad, because
I'll stabilize the
our
steps.
staircase rolls around, so it's not as stable as your ones at home. So what I tend to do is what you're going to put this in your groin region roughly, and you're going to get it nice and tight. Now with the belt, you're not going to have any play. You're just going to be at end range, and you're going to try to go forward with your leg being straight, kind of lunging. I like the band because it has a little give personally, and I will get as tight as I possibly can, and then I will go forward, hold for about 5 seconds. I really try to squeeze my glute max, my buttock, when I'm doing this, and then I relax. So basically I'm hinging my pelvis, straightening my pelvis, hinging, straightening, and I like to do it 5 times or so, 5 to 10 times. And then just because I like to kind of feel good, I like to go sideways and stretch it this way as well. It kind of mobilizes the hip. If this feels good, you can keep doing it. If this makes your pain worse, then don't do it. It's not right for you.
There you go. I like that when you do the other direction and you're getting that glute, because it also addresses gluteal amnesia, which can work hand in hand with this pain symptoms.
Yes. So If you are, we have another tip actually.
We do.
Yeah,
What is it?
pendulums off the step.
Oh, yes. This is very simple and it can be very effective, particularly if you have some arthritis involved or if you have a labral tear. I've had luck with this. Stand, say this is my painful hip right here. Stand like I am, the painful hip dangling literally. Stabilize the hip. In other words, don't let it go up or down. Hold it right there. Tighten the core and let the leg be completely relaxed. That's the hard part, is to get that leg to relax so that the weight of your leg is offering traction to that hip joint and the surrounding muscles. Gently swing it back and forth. Again, really focus on being relaxed so you're not going to have the dog run up and down the steps or the kids pulling on you.
This feels good and you want some more stretching or distraction,
Ooh.
you can put on heavy winter boots or some sort of weight. Here we just have a cuff weight, but it's just going to pull more and distract that hip joint a little more if you're having some impingement issues like that.
If you got steel toe work boots, they work too. They're a couple pounds.
I'm surprised people can see your feet. You were camouflaged there.
Well, I know. Oh, that's right. These are my my Crocs. They're very helpful for my forefeet and my walking, which we're going to do a video on that coming up as well. Look at my blue socks. It matches my shirt. See, that's the kind of thing that I look
we're
forward
rambling
to.
now.
Yeah. Anyways, let's finish up. All right. Good luck with it. Seriously, those are some really good stretches for those common tight hip muscles, excuse me.
Yeah, so first test them out, see if you notice one side's tighter than the other, and stick with those stretches.
That's right.
If you don't feel anything with one of those stretches, you certainly don't have to do it.
And in putting up with our babble and you're still here, just remember, we got another video, a release hip pain fast with focused stretches at any age.
Yes, just click the video link on the screen to watch that.
It's probably the same stretches we just showed.
Well, I try to find different videos. Guess you didn't.
All right. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy and have good hip treatment.
Hip.
Once again, we can fix anything except for...
A broken heart and hips have nothing to do with it.
well, they're related
Maybe this
somewhere.
pink bandage can help.
Yeah, there's a nice one. That's the color of the heart. Take care.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists.